Hey guys, all right. Thank you for being patient. I was just trying to get us completely organized for our amazing webinar series. 7 webinars, 7 live streams. So it is just great to be with you guys tonight. My name is Rachel Feldman. We are back for some more fun. All right. So does everyone want to pop in the chat box? Please, if you're on Facebook, drop a hello or yes, I'm a health coach, or yes, I'm a life coach, or yes, I'm a fitness professional, all that great stuff. And then if you're here with me on Zoom, please tell me where you are coming from. Hi, Dawn. Anybody else? First time coming back for the whole series? Are we being shy tonight? Okay, so we are going. Oh, hi, Dr. Alda. Hi, Lisa. Hello. Okay, Terry from South Carolina. So I will tell you, I'm originally from Philly, but I'm a Florida girl now. It's crazy. I even say y'all, which is insane. Tonight we are going to be, hi Raquel, hi Deborah. Oh, in Hawaii, I love that. I went to Kauai and Big Island, and it's beautiful, beautiful. Almost didn't come back. Tonight we are going to talk about how to niche our programs. We're going to talk about moms groups, corporate wellness, but you know me, because it's not just going to be moms or corporate wellness. We're going to break down everything, because the biggest problem that I'm seeing is coaches, life coaches, anyone in that health and wellness sphere. We have a tough time sometimes messaging, and that is one of the things that I'm really good at. And that came with practice, guys. So don't, if you're sitting there going, maybe I'm not so good at that. That came with practice. I built my business 7 years ago from the ground up, and sat there and always thought about what were my problems, what were my pain points, and what did I want to hear. I didn't, one of the reasons I became a health coach was because I got diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. I then later got bit by a Lyme tick, had an autoimmune for a long time. So I was just in and out of this. Do this will get you better. Do this. Then it was pylori that I got, Clostridia, parasites, candida, all these gut issues, adrenal fatigue, hormonal issues, pretty much the breakdown of the body. So when I became a coach, I just sat always and thought, what would I have wanted to hear back then? And what would I have wished, somebody would have said to me? So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So without further ado, let me just get my one document up here. Okay. Thank you for being patient, guys. All right, so let's just do what we did last night. So we're going to talk about how to niche a sugar program. Now, if you have not bought a program and you want to take advantage of the extended, yes, I did extend the 20%, that will be in a replay. So just go back to your original welcome letter if you don't have that. And I will be sending out a replay tonight because, I want to make sure that you have the updated coupon, the VIP coupon. And also for any of you that came in and found this webinar later and maybe your welcome letter doesn't have, what you need, I want you to be able to have this. So programs that you can buy to fit this would be Sugar Repair, also Revitalize. I'm actually going to show you from Revitalize what I did with a mom's group, how to niche a sugar program, and lead to moms, corporate, and of course we'll do, if anybody wants to pop into my chat box, because you know I love that, give me one more, one that you're dealing with that you want me to niche out so that we can really have a lot of fun. Okay, programs, this could be revitalized. This could also be grain-free. I mean, this could even be easy weight loss and women in menopause. Okay, so we'll do hormones. How about that? So these are the programs that you can buy. Also, just keep in mind that Mindset Makeover or Reset Your Life in 21 days. I mean, you know, you can all niche them. Hi, Kim. Yes, sugar, skin issues, or even the detox. So let's just we're going to like niche each of these. But I'm going to show you, first we're going to break down the pain points. So pain points we always have to identify. So I always say, think about the emotional, think about the physical, think about the spiritual pain points that you know we have when we're struggling, or you know, if you're a life coach and you work more with the mindset changes. Revitalize, Mindset Makeover, and Reset Your Life in 21 days would be the 3 ones that I really suggest, unless you took detox and you turned it into a mindful cleansing and really focused on that. But pain points could be for, let's do moms first. This could be, you know, too busy to eat, too busy to eat healthy, so we take out. This also can be another pain point is, you know, I take out too much, or I don't know what to cook, and so I've gained weight. So we've gained weight. The next could be, you know, I don't feel comfortable with myself. I feel, you know, just like my life has really gotten out of control. And so, you know, I don't really want to go out. I don't want to be touched. So remember, this is an emotional one. Moms also, whether it's, you know, just had baby and gained baby weight, or cannot get rid of, cannot stop eating sugar. And so I feel like a failure, or I feel like I'm addicted to this. I know what's right for me, but I can't stop doing this. The biggest thing when you think about pain points is that you're thinking about the, you know, what is the problem? Is it weight? But then what is the emotional aspects of weight? Because the emotional aspects is we don't like ourselves. We don't feel good. We feel out of control. And that feeling can just lead us into making poor decisions, not being able to engage with our family in the way that we want, not being able to have sustainable friendships because we don't truly feel good about ourselves. You have to think about all the ways that any pain affects. Because remember, it affects us on an emotional level. It affects us on a spiritual level. It affects us in every different way. And so then we can't embrace life. We can't show up. So you have your pain points for your mom and the results. So when I think about results, we want to lose weight, we want to get off sugar, we want to have a plan when we're a busy mom. The biggest thing with moms, and I'm going to show you a program in a second that I did when I worked at a gym doing a moms group for new moms, is moms just want a plan and they need it to be easy. So when you're thinking about your program, or maybe you haven't bought a program yet, and maybe you're looking for like an easy niche, I wouldn't even just think moms, think about busy women. So even if it's moms or corporate, I want you to think, okay, people want a plan. They want a blueprint. They want results that they know can be sustainable, which means that recipes have to be easy to make, which all our recipes are. They also have to be recipes, even if somebody eats out, because we want to teach them how to travel. We want to teach our clients that this is just a way of life. You know, that not eating junk and processed foods and probably gluten and cheese and things that create mucus in the body and can lead to a myriad of health issues, are not their best friend. So when you're thinking about the program, this is why I'm going to just take you to this other screen where I can show you. I did a program called Moms on a Mission. Moms on a Mission. I took Revitalize and I actually changed this so that they were getting the ebooks. Again, I did this where we did a live kickoff, we did a wrap up, and I put them into an online forum. So remember, when you're thinking about working with people, you have an opportunity to do live, and you have an opportunity to, so that's live, like, you know, everyone in a group, and then taking them into a forum, so that you're doing both aspects. What also is really beneficial about that, guys, is it creates engagement, creates community. And especially if you looked at the system that we talked the other night, that could be that you maybe start people on a reset, which could be the cleanse or the detox or easy weight loss. You move them into sugar or Revitalize, and you end with mindset or 21-day mindset makeover. Every one of our programs have the element of mindset, but we all know if people have what? Sugar addiction, weight issues, we have to work on the mindset. But I always say you've got to go in the back door. And the back door means for most people, because people in a buyer's mind are what? They're result driven. So when I want you to think about, you know, what result does that person need? Well, that person needs to know that they're not going to have to worry about recipes. So what I actually did is gave them a blank meal planner, because I wanted to teach people that they can meal matrix themselves. They can do it all themselves. They can figure it out. These are just healthy suggested recipes. So I gave 4 weeks. You will see this was actually from Revitalize. And I just shortened it up. So it was just about giving them what? Healthy, suggested, yummy recipes. Again, suggested. So, and why do I say suggested? Because we are giving the power back into our clients, but often they need a template. So that's all that this healthy like recipes are about. They're just a template, the suggested meals. So that if somebody opens it up and they go, okay, week 2, what's going to be in my pantry? And this week's plan. So what are we actually doing? And this was actually dumbed down, so to speak, because these were a lot of, you know, moms who, and I worked actually with the gym so that they could really, in collaboration, help to, you know, target exactly the very people. So their the gym that I worked with, their in-house nutritionist also added like the key points of these moms need this. So this was actually worked in conjunction with the nutritionist, which was really nice because she was able to add in the protein amounts and the fats and the carbs. But I, as a person who had the content, was able to come and bring such value to them. Then we had a recipe guide that I actually gave them as just healthy recipes that they could go through and do. And I just put on a nice little cover. So I didn't even give them all of the recipes from my program. Meaning if they wanted to then come and work with me after, I could, but this was when I partnered with a gym. And so I didn't need to give them everything. This was more of like a support. And I did calls. But what you can do is you're niching this for moms. So what do busy moms need? They need a snack list. They need a shopping list. They need the suggested meals that they so desire. And when you're doing your sales page, do a video that says, hey, feel free to steal this script. Hey, you know, I know that you are a busy mom. I am too. I have my kids, I have my work, I have everything that is in my life. And the mom is what? In 80 different places. We're juggling it all, which is why I don't want you to juggle. I want to make this easy for you. When you join my change your, kick your sugar cravings to the curb in 6 weeks, or change your sugar ways and say goodbye to cravings in 14 days, or reset your body and kickstart your metabolism in 21 days. So do you see how I took the 21-day reset? I took the 6-week sugar repair. I actually said the 14-day, which could be the detox. And you could even say, and even in just 7 days, you can join me for this easy weight loss program created for the busy modern mom. The mom who is doing it all, the mom who's working, the mom who is taking their kids to activities and gym and music lessons and everything. I created a program for you. One that is easy for you, whether you're eating out, traveling, cooking at home, or getting takeout. Because even if you're getting takeout, I want you to be taking out foods that nourish you so you have less foggy brain. So you lose weight naturally. So you have energy. So you're not crashing and burning at 4 o'clock. Join me on June 23rd for this most amazing program where you can insert result, insert result, insert result. Was that helpful for anybody? Raise your hand or put in the chat box. I would just love to know, do I need to go any further past that pitch to moms? Okay, awesome. So I want you to understand why that's so important. Like, why the messaging, because often we get tripped up as coaches. And so I see a lot of other business coaches who are teaching great information, but we're not talking about the basics, the pitch, the understanding what our people need. So now even let's go back to our document. And let's get this going in a different way. So now we're going to talk about corporate. Who worked corporate? Because I did. And I want you to think about the different programs. Same thing. Whether it's detox, sugar repair, revitalize, grain-free, easy weight loss, mindset makeover, raw, reset your life in 21 days. So again, I just want to say this if you've come in. If you focus more on mindset, I would look at reset your life, mindset maker, or revitalize. However, any program you can niche to be mindset. So for example, if I did detox, I would say detox your mind and make it really about mind. Make it about the inner work. Reset your life is all about the inner work as well as mindset makeover. But you will see in the different programs when you look at the sneak peek in the sales page, you will see what is their primary focus and stuff like that. So I really want you to see which one calls to you. I always say to a coach, what calls to you? There's always a program that calls to you. So that is the one. Or create your system. Easy weight loss to sugar to gut to mindset. And again, as we talked about on our 3-tier work with me page, the same programs that you have as online or offline, many of you are, doing referrals, or many of you are partnering with a doctor or a chiropractor or a yoga studio or a spa like we talked about last night, or even a gym. How can you then, grain-free, walk into a CrossFit gym? Hey, I have this great 14-day program. So really think about taking any program and adding your message to the top of that. Because the message, whether it's face-to-face or whether it's in the middle of, Target or Whole Foods or Walmart, anywhere that you have a conversation, this is important for the message. So let's talk corporate. Now, if I walked into corporate or I was pitching to corporate, one, connect with front office, meaning send an email to front office. Hey, I do lunch and bunch. I do, I have corporate wellness programs that, can help your employees have more energy, have better productivity, have less of that crash and burn at 4 o'clock, which means that they will make you more money. So when you invest in your employees' health, your company is going to make more money. Would you like me to come in and do a presentation about energy? Energy for corporate wellness, energy for having endless energy. So when that person comes in to the office at 7:55 or 8 and has to leave at 8 or 10, they're good to go. They're not going to dip. They're not going to drop. They're not going to crash and burn. So I'm going to teach your people the foods they can eat to add more energy, the foods they should not be eating. And I'm also going to talk to you, if you so desire, about a program that I know could also help your employees. Would you be open to me coming in and doing a workshop? And would this add value? Then you stop and you let them come in. Yeah, we would love that. Great. So why don't I swing by and even show you a little about what I'm going to do? Is there any way that I could, book a time even right now and set up this, event? Yeah, we can. Or if they say no, then you say, great, you know what? I'm going to send you a brochure. I'm going to send you some information. I'm going to send you also testimonials from my clients. And you will see why this is so beneficial for your people. So then we are doing the message. Again, we did the message, but then you're doing the message when you're actually speaking. So say you get the gig for corporate wellness. Hey guys, my name is Rachel Feldman. I want to just tell you how psyched I am to be here. I'm psyched to help you make more money. I'm psyched to help you have more energy. I am psyched to help you let go of the crash and burn when you hit the kitchen area and there are cookies and donuts and all that stuff and bagels and cream cheese, because let me break this down for you. Those foods are not feeding you energy. Those foods are depleting you and they're sending you in a sugar spin. And that sugar spin is taking away from your brain power. That sugar spin is leading you to sometimes have indigestion in the middle of a presentation. Or you may have loose stools because those foods are not working for your body. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover today 5 ways you can increase your energy and make more money. Who is interested? Good. So what I'm going to do is hand out right now an energy food handout. But first, I want you to actually fill out this food diary. And the reason that I'm handing this out with pens is that I want you to start to be aware. Did you add some NutraSweet? What'd you put in your coffee? How many times did you hit Starbucks? Did you get the Frappuccino with the whipped cream? What is going into your body? So I want you to actually take 5 minutes while I set my event up, this presentation for you. And I want you to be real honest. I'm not even going to be looking at this. There's no shame or blame. We're all here to do what? Make more money and have more energy. Because if you have more energy, you're going to sleep. If you have more energy, you're going to feel good. If you have more energy, you're going to what? Have a great dog and pony show. You're going to close that deal. You're going to get raises because you're going to be able to show up in a different way, in a more productive way. Who here knows the work of Tony Robbins? Right? So what we're going to talk about today is really what Tony Robbins is all about. Productivity, mindset, money. having energy and eating the right foods. So take some time right now while I get this presentation set up. And then I'm also going to be putting a handout at each one of your seats as well, so that you can follow through the presentation that I'm doing. Then we take them through the presentation. So any of you that buy the programs, sugar, gut, any, we all have PowerPoints. These PowerPoints, you can, if you're doing it corporate most often, you bring in your little drive or you bring in your computer, they hook you up to a large, presentation projector. And then you start, hey guys, so, okay, who filled out your food diary? What was it like? Does anyone want to raise their hand? Tell me what you ate. Great. Okay, you, Jack, what is going on? Jack tells you what's going on. All right, so guys, can I call you Jack? Okay, good. Jack, I want you to not be coming to work with a donut in your car, feeling tired. I know you just said you've gained a lot of weight. Your doctor said you're not in the greatest shape right now. So let's just change that. Let's turn this around. Because often there can be some really simple strategic steps that we can take to take control of our health. A lot of it, though, before we even start, has to be the mindset. Let me just segue, guys. Revitalize or sugar or mindset makeover. You can be taking them even easy weight loss through these different steps that you're setting up in the event in this presentation. And you can also be giving them ebooks from each one of these programs that can lead them through these successful steps they need to take. So Jack, thanks a lot for letting me do this, and thanks for offering, because I really appreciate that. So that's like just stepping up to the game, So let me ask you, Jack, if I were to say to you today, take away these 5 foods, 5 foods that you may enjoy, 5 foods that you may think are healthy. Would you be open to that if you knew that you would feel better and be able to make more money, have more energy when you get on the phone to cold call somebody, or have more energy when you're sitting in a conference room and the lights are bright and you're like, oh, I'm so tired? What would be the answer, Jack? You ready? Okay. So guys, if you're in the same boat as Jack, great. Let's get going. If you feel that this presentation, you don't want to go any further until they get it. When we take control of our health and we really say, I want to make more money, I want to have more energy, I want to have a great life, I want financial freedom, we sometimes have to make a sacrifice. And that sacrifice may be something that you love, like the Coca-Cola, the Diet Coke, the gluten, some cheese, some things that may be, and this isn't even written by me, guys, these are written by doctors like 1, 2, 3, 4. You could say Mark Hyman. I always say, when you're doing presentations, pick names that you know people. You could throw out Dr. Oz, anything, so that you are bringing them back and allowing them to identify. So then we go through our entire presentation. Okay, raise your hand if you are crashing and burning at 4 o'clock. Raise your hand if by 7 you get home, or 8 o'clock, 8:30. You're so starving that you are just, it's like you can't get enough food into your body because you haven't been nourished the correct way through the day. Who is this happening to? So I'm going to tell you what this opportunity is, because everything in life is an opportunity. We have choices every day. We have 86,000 seconds in a day to make a choice, to change our life around, to take control of what we desire so the outcome changes. Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is entering my 14-day corporate wellness jumpstart for really brilliant and bold people like yourself who want to make massive changes, but in small steps. so that it's doable. Second one, because that would be weight loss, doing it in 2 weeks. Today, I want to talk to you about an opportunity. You have this chance right now to say yes to your biggest year, when you enter this 3-month program with me. This 3-month program is going to break it down step by step on what you need to do to change your mindset, the foods you need to nourish your body, the very daily habits you need to do so that you are what? In high performance mode all the time. What if I told you that this would only be $199 a month, $200 a month to change your life and make more money this year? Because when you change how your brain functions, you won't ever make fear-based decisions. You will know intuitively and act right away on what decision you need to make. Boom. If you need to fix something at work, a deal's falling apart, you need to come up with solution A, B, C, and D in a matter of 5 seconds, and you will be able to do that. And I'm not telling you and making promises. I'm telling you this is possible because I've done this myself as well as my clients. Here, if you look up right here, you'll see 5 different clients I've worked with who have made more money, lost weight, had more energy, restored skin health. Their hair started to feel amazing, and they felt great about their body inside and out. So what? They were able to seal that deal because they just showed up and felt great. Are you ready to commit? What I'm going to do is pass around a form right now. And if you're ready to commit, I'm going to sit with you right after this presentation. We're going to get you started, signed up, and everything. Because the thing about people is this. The moment we say yes, we have to commit. Because a day later, we don't say yes. And then guess what? Tomorrow comes. Next year comes. And we're in the same position. And then you end it. And then you sign people up with Square on your phone or on your iPad, or you link them to a sales page, and you are done. Now, if you're pitching to corporate wellness and they are willing to do actually, pay you for that, you can also create that system where they're willing to pay you because they want to pay the employees. You have to write a proposal. You want to include in that what you can bring to the table, how many sessions, how much is it going to cost, all of that, so that they can then take that to their CFO or to the person who is in control of the money spent for, health and wellness and fitness and all those things in corporate. That can be a part of their system depending on what corporate it is. But most with a large company have that, or they take it to HR. But you need to have a very clear proposal. I will do the following. We will meet at the following times. I will do these calls. This is what I can bring to the table. And that is the same proposal that we even talked about last night. So once you have a template for your proposal, and you've done that for each program, you're off to the races, guys. So tell me, I'm really curious to kind of hear and see in the chat box, or even with your hand raised and everything, if you were sitting in the room with me, in that corporate room, would you have signed up for that program? Would you have enjoyed that presentation? Okay. Did you feel pulled in because I was speaking to something that you really felt was important to you? Did you feel like Jack would have signed up? And if I would have also said, and hey, real change happens when you bring your partner. So when you sign up, your partner gets to come for free. Whereas usually I charge. So when you're thinking about corporate wellness, when you're thinking about hormones. When I think about hormones, grain-free, detox, but again, think about your system. Lisa and I spoke about this last night. Lisa, it was such a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm just so blessed you're in my world. Is that we talked about how vital it is to have a system for our clients. We talked about the scrambling that often we do as coaches, wellness professionals, because we're like, where do I take these clients from point A to point Z? People need to know what they're getting from you. And I'm convinced that it's one of the reasons that a lot of people either are not making money or not converting, or they're missing out on money. So if we're talking hormones, I personally think just even if you saw the case study with Megan Rand, Megan is an FDN coach. She had bought detox. She takes them through. Detox is first, and she walked you through this. Detox is first. Then she has a hormone group, which is her second way to work. So they graduate from the detox, the clean eating detox, which we have. They move to a group. Now remember, I'm saying hormones, but if that's gut, it's gut. If it's mindset, if it's weight loss, if it's, recovery from drug addiction, whatever is your specialty. Deborah, I will, it's actually on the replay page, to see where it is. It's, but I can put it there. It's a case study with Megan Rand. So I will actually make sure it's on the replay page, and I will make sure that you see that. It's also on my Facebook page as well. The name of the presenter, well, the name of the person who I did the case study with was Megan Rand. It's right here. And when Megan and I talked about her system, she is paleo, she is primal. That's what she teaches people. But again, remember, people don't always come into our system needing a certain one way. I mean, that's why for me, I always talk about pivot, 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 pivot. So like if somebody came to me for hormones, I'd always say to them, not a hormone specialist, but what I can teach you is the power of cleansing and detoxing your body with whole foods naturally. And what I found is because the liver has 500 metabolic processes, and if the liver is not happy, you're what? You're not releasing that extra estrogen. You're not detoxing. And my good friend Ann-Louise Gittleman, when we've done our interviews together, we talked about the power of bile flow. If you don't have that good, healthy bile flow, we're not detoxing. We're not digesting. We're not assimilating. We're not detoxing. So when I talk about this, guys, think about what is the pain point that people are dealing with in your tribe or in your potential tribe. I say potential because some of you may be new coaches. Some of you maybe have not had clients. Some of you may be like, where do I even start with this? So when I say a system, it's what you do. I also call a system funnel, your system business funnel. So it means, where are you taking them from point A to Z? You could take them to a hormone group. This could be sugar. You could work, and especially for any of you that do testing, infuse the testing into there. Maybe in sugar, you're doing thyroid panels, you're doing gut tests. This could also be gut, because per the work of Donna Gates, we know if the gut is a mess, then hormones are going to be whacked. We also know that if the gut is messed, serotonin levels, immune system, everything. You could even take them into a hormone group, and it could be grain-free. So it could be that they go from detox to grain-free to gut and end with mindset. And again, if mindset doesn't call to you, the reason I say mindset is my adrenals, my health significantly changed when I really, I mean, I've always focused on mindset, but when I said, I have to take this to another level. With every person that I ever worked with, we had to work on that. But as I said, it sometimes was the back door. We worked on the food first, habits and changing stuff, and then the mindset. Because I find that a lot of people, and tell me if you agree with this, raise your hand, or if you're on Facebook, drop a 1 in the comments, is that I find that people have a tough time if they don't feel good. I mean, I had, really bad autoimmune stuff, and a myriad of health issues. When you're that foggy and you're not feeling good, it's like really hard to show up in life. So that's why when you're pitching or when you're saying these kind of things, think of it as a pitch from soul, a pitch with love, a pitch to really help the person who truly needs you. Grain-free could be a great, because what do we see per the work of whether it's Dave Asprey or or Terry Walls, or many of the people, Reed Davis, many of the people that are in the hormone community, or talk about the mitochondria, we talk about needing to be grain-free. It's the thyroid that needs those essential nutrients and vitamins that are robbed by phytic acid. So, and a lot of people have to go even further. Maybe they have to look at FODMAP or AIP. That's why in the gut program, I talk about the other factors that could possibly be there. So you're teaching your clients, and it says in there, there could be other issues such as gut dysbiosis, adrenal issues, heavy metals, all of this. Consult with your practitioner. So that if you did want to take somebody for digestive health, and you've taken them through a detox, and you've said this is your sugar detox, or you've taken them into the sugar program, and so, or you've renamed Revitalize to say, change your life, change your habits, put yourself first, and the cravings will end. But in Revitalize, you're taking them, it's like putting yourself first, committing to change. You're going through every phase. And that is the important thing. And I was talking to my good friend, Liz, earlier, who's another entrepreneur. And Liz and I were talking about business. And she said, everyone in business needs a system. So why do we think our clients are any different? They need to be led. And it doesn't mean that we don't have the what? Pivot. Take somebody through a detox, kind of see, okay, if it's sugar for moms, or if it's weight loss for moms, or weight loss for busy people, or, weight loss for those who have digestive issues. That's a big one, guys. Whatever that is, you then pivot once you see kind of what gets fixed a little, just by making some very small changes. And then what is still there, and what needs to be addressed, and my good friend also is over here today. And she said, I never wanted to get per se diagnosed with anything, because what is that? It's really just symptoms. It's the gut amok. It's the liver unhappy. It's, as Reed Davis would say, the system breaking down. So that's why when you want to think about this, instead of like, how do I fix them? It's like, you're not compartmentalizing a person's body. It has to all work together. And that's why knowing your system and where you're taking people and how is so important. So whether it's thyroid issues, weight gain, metabolism issues, sugar imbalances, these are symptoms, guys. The core is we cleanse the body. And if cleanse isn't right for you, then do sugar. You want to think about what is right for you and what is right for your potential client. Let me just see some of these questions. Is all this making sense? I just want to make sure. Okay. Do we feel even more confident about how to lead people, no matter what program you're buying tonight, what program you have, what programs you want to add to your system, or maybe you don't have a system yet. And so, like I said, you're potentially losing out on that person who comes to your work with me page and goes, what's the system I'm going to go through? Or you're talking at an event like this, at a presentation. What are you leading them to? Here at the end, the invite, guys. This is the opportunity. Anna is saying, do you have a detox first to lead into these? That depends. It depends on the coach. I call them the gateway programs. So let's just even go over this. And this is what I've always said. Everyone needs what? Opt-in, because that's where. So if you think about this, maybe, let me see if I can do word art here. Hold on. Yeah, let's do smart art because we can see a process. And processes really help. Does everyone agree? Okay. So we need an opt-in freebie. The opt-in freebie leads them to the gateway program. Leads them to your signature. Now, again, this is whether this is online, you're on your Work With Me page. Then what does it lead them to? Does everyone remember? Because I've gone over this. Leads them to your either VIP. This could be long group coaching. So like if you, for example, take them, they come into an opt-in freebie or a webinar, which is why we have to also have PowerPoints, which is why in our Rockstar and all our programs, we put these presentations for you guys together. Because doing a presentation and putting it together takes time. It takes time, it takes energy, and it takes skill. I mean, making a PowerPoint look fab. Then they go into your gateway. So that's leading them to the gateway. They sign up, or maybe you're on a webinar and you say, hey, you have this opportunity to change your body in 14 days. Or, maybe you don't lead them to a gateway. The reason I like a gateway is most people, to sign up for our next level, like group coaching or some other, they need to see what was that lead in. That's where they kind of fall in love. So for some people, it's going to be grain-free. For some people, it's going to be raw. For some people, it's going to be easy weight loss. For some people, it's going to be the detox. For some people, it'll be 21 day. Because the gateway is often 7 to 14 days, 21 at max. Your signature program is when you get into that 21 to maybe like 2 months, 8 weeks. Then when you're looking at that extended, and it doesn't mean that mindset makeover can't be your signature, but that could be your signature or your group coaching. And this is group coaching is when you think of, when we kind of get into that membership, like, okay, what am I offering them over amount of time? Now, if you're a new coach, maybe you just need to be at an opt-in and a gateway, or an opt-in and signature. If you're a coach that is working with people and wants definitely to provide a system so that your clients know, again, where do they go? Point A to Z. How can they work with you in multiple entry points? So the person who psychologically would never hire somebody one-on-one, do you have a group program? For the coach who only wants to work one-on-one, do you have enough programs and content to give to your clients so that they come back? Okay. Angelina is saying, where is the replay located? It would be in your welcome letter when you first, there is a replay page that's going to house all 7 webinars and all 7 live streams. And so that is the replay page, but I will be sending it out as well tonight once I finish this webinar. So does anyone have any questions? I'm going to stop the share. Does anyone feel more confident about understanding this coaching process? Yeah? Okay. Good, good, good. Does anyone feel like I left anything out that you would like me to cover? All right. So, what I want you to do is think about, and I always say this, think about your summer. Think about what you want to offer this summer, but also think about mapping out your fall, because it's right now that you want to list build, you have to list build, whether that's, on just giving a free guide or whether that is doing a webinar. It's really important to think about both aspects. Okay, so for newbies like me to start an opt-in freebie and signature, I think, for a lot of people, it depends on how your brain works. So for me, I would feel comfortable buying a lot of programs and then sitting down and mapping them out. But if you're the kind of person that gets overwhelmed and you don't know where to start, and I just said this actually to sweet, awesome Dr. Alda this when we were talking, is that, start to edit your materials, because as you edit them, you become your program. It's so important. You becoming a program. You see where you need to add different tips or maybe infuse the special sauce that is part of your coaching. So I would say yes, opt-in freebie and a gateway. And if you want to have a signature program on your Work With Me page, that would be really important too. What is the best, Anita's saying, what is the best time of year to run programs? So if you're doing them online, you always want to look at the holidays that are in your, where you live, which is number one. Number two, I always think, before Memorial Day weekend, like in the beginning of May, also in the US, like honoring Mother's Day. I'm just going to take these out, guys. I think they were a little loud today. You want to think about holidays that are happening. I think also like after July 4th, and posting and saying, hey, this is a get your body back, after barbecues. I like September when everyone kind of is going back to school. And also remember, detoxing, if you're looking at detox as a foundation, we detox at, solstice comes June 21st, 22nd. So the body starts to shift into that. If we don't clear out summer heat, what happens? That's why there are two parts of the summer, just like two parts of the fall. We don't clear out that late summer heat. That heat gets trapped in the body, trapped in the lungs. And then we often see a lot of like bronchial issues, sinus issues. There could be constipation, skin issues. So that's why when you think about skin, I always think about detox and gut. I also think about, what is the best time in October? Well, if you're in the US, you have Halloween. If you're in other places of the world, what time is there like a lot of sugary stuff? Because that's great to run the sugar program. It's great to run weight loss, great to run detox. If you're doing a longer program, again, you could start that in September, like once kind of kids go back to school. So you always want to think of psychology of people. If you do it like right in the beginning of September and kids aren't back in school, people can't focus unless you sign them up in the beginning of August. You start promoting that 6 weeks before to sign them up for your fall program. Great times to also start is to do a like post Thanksgiving, get your body back, little quick reset, a non-committal program because you're going right into the holiday. Then you blast off and you start. That's so good. If you guys don't drink this, I mean, this is like my love. I make coconut kefir water, but I can't ever get it to taste that good. So then you think about January, you have to think like, people are going in January, weight loss, they want to get off sugar, they're making all these commitments, goals, everything. And that's an unbelievable opportunity. Then you have like Valentine's. So you always want to think of like, when are people stuffing themselves? Easter, Christmas, Hanukkah, it's our major holidays that dictate a lot of how we think psychologically. I mean, even right now, right before this webinar, my husband told me about, I guess, a concert where, I forget the singer, she like sings for little small kids and stuff. There was a person that came in and, a bomb went off, I think. And, it's just people right now are because of what's happening in politics and what's happening in the world, people are a little, that happened in Times Square, a little off right now. And so you always want to think about what is happening in the world and how is it affecting people? What is happening, like, what's happening trending? What are holidays? Everything like that. That's going to affect how what people also want to be a part of. So with all the, I call it dysbiosis of the world right now, people are looking for community, support, love, nurturing. And often during these really stressful times, what do people do? They overeat, they gamble, we check out. We check out. And that's what I was saying to a coach earlier. It's that we check out because we haven't learned the habits to take care of self. And for some of us went through stuff when we were younger. We have traumatic stuff, and that imprinted. Our minds get imprinted at very early ages, usually between the age of 1 to 3. We've defined in our head kind of who we are. And then another shift is about 5 to 7. They're the primary years. We also make another story and decide who we are at about 13, 14. That happens also at 17. That happens also usually at 23, 24, the same at 29. And I could go on. Why? Because look at what we have to do at a certain age. Then we go off to preschool, then we go off to kindergarten, then we're graduating to middle school, or we're going through hormones, then we go off to college, then we have to get a job, we graduate. These are all times of the human psyche. So you always have to think about people. And I think that's why so often our messaging isn't right, because we haven't held on to what do people really want. We're so busy thinking about, the coaching, and it's important, but think about what people want. Think about your system, whether you're a new coach, rebranding, existing, doesn't matter. The more clear you are on how you can help people in, do I take them detox, to sugar, to mindset, to like what system? And you may have 3 tiers of systems. It's called pivot, pivot, pivot. So just remember that there isn't this black and white way of coaching. That's why I always say, let go of the dogmatic ways. It's important to get automated and systemized. Even in your one-on-one coaching, have your materials edited in a Dropbox. So boom, here, this is what we're working on. Or boom, here, put it into your forum. But don't let the fear of not knowing what to do stop you. Okay, so Terry's saying, could you give us in a document? Could you give us in a document the best times? Yeah, or even just tag me in the forum. That would be, tag me in the forum. I'll create a doc. No problem. Do a live stream. I want you guys to have success. Your success is my success. I mean, that's the bottom line. It's a win-win for both. If you are being successful, you're going to get clients. You're going to be happy, and you're going to soar. Yeah, you can do, ST, you can do, I said your name right. You could do a bikini body or get ready for the beach, like 21 day. I would probably do weight loss with that. I just think it's easy. That's actually why I named it Easy Weight Loss, because I thought it's an easy program. It's fun, it's 7 days, it's non-committal. Get your body ready. And if you wanted to make it for 14 days, just say, hey guys, we're gonna repeat, these yummy, delicious And I'm also going to give you strategies for how to make it through the barbecue and the food on the boardwalk and all that different yummy stuff and the ice cream and the chocolate and, you know, maybe a few cocktails at night. I'm going to give you strategies for how you want to make it through, which is why you want to sign up with me for this program. How many of you would sign up with me if I told you that I would give you strategies for how to cleanse your body after you ate junky food? Or like if I really told you, you know, plus you get access to this, I'll leave the form open for a whole month so that when you come back from your vacation, you have me. Okay, yes, map it out. Healthy summer cooking. I love that because you know what? I love people in the summer want to really, you know, they want to really like take care of themselves. That's what, you know, summer's a big thing. The gyms all promote that, challenges, everything. So yeah, somebody's, can I make raw food into a signature? 100%. Signature just means like, what are you defined by? So if you were making that into a signature, Anita, one thing that you may want to think, if you are all raw, then make, you know, take the recipe guide and add more recipes. Make it into like a 3-week, or just repeat the recipes. The second is that if you wanted to make it longer, give it with extra classes. How do you transition into raw? How do you eat raw when your digestive fire is weak? How do you warm up your digestion when you're eating raw? How do you eat raw and travel? Eat raw on the go. Eat raw. You know, I think a lot of people think raw is like just eating like protein balls or stuff like that. It's really beautiful, delicious meals. It's so about like creating beautiful foods that are just going to the body, that are easy. So yes, totally do that, Anita, 100%. Okay, let me see. What are some other questions? Does anyone else have a question that I didn't answer? This time we'll be talking about how to promote the offer online, Facebook Live. John, I will be doing, and I actually last night on the replay page, we talked about how to promote offline. And yes, Facebook Live is one of the webinars as well. So yes, just stay tuned. We're rocking this out. And even after this, I will be rocking out a bunch of just really cool, awesome stuff like this, and also some master classes. I had a bunch of coaches just reach out and said, will you do, you know, how to nail down your message, and we all just joined a Facebook group for like a week. So we are going to be doing a lot of fun things in the summer, fun things for your business and fun things that are important. We're also going to be doing a video challenge. I'm also going to be doing a live stream challenge, all this different stuff, so that the components of how you want to build your business and how you want to do it offline or online, I'm going to help you to see how to build authority. I was just looking at, yes, Deborah, in Revitalize, so I'll just break down when I created Revitalize. I really created it to be like a mindset program for 28 days. Like, how could you change, you know, your life really in 28 days? But then there were some coaches saying that their clients weren't losing weight. So it wasn't to be a weight loss program. So then I added in a 2-week weight loss. That was also a weight loss that I used at a lot of gyms because it was just that old school, but it feeds off of the recipes in the guide. The weight loss actually in Revitalize is vegan. There's vegan and there's an omnivore. The 28-day has a recipe guide that's vegetarian and omnivore. So in theory, you could run the weight loss and not even get the recipe guides and make that like a really low end, you know, cost program, or even just charge $97 and give a bunch of handouts and extra value. So yes, Deborah, that's a really great fit for somebody who wants the best of both worlds. And there's so many business builders and PowerPoints and images and all this different kind of stuff that you can find in, you know, in that program. If you have any questions, guys, after this, feel free to connect with me. I always say the 20% is going on until the 24th. So if you have any questions, please feel free. Also, if you need to book a session to figure out, not once you buy, tag me in the forums, but if you need to book a session to figure out the system, please do, to know what you need to buy. Also, if you bought VIP or you're buying VIP, you know, I will be connecting with you because you get a 30-minute session with me so that we map out everything. We actually do it via Zoom like this. We have a Google spreadsheet and we map out, but we go a little faster than what we did because I want to be able to deliver really in 30 minutes, like a really solid starting plan for you. Do you know where to start? Step 1 for what you need to edit. Step 2 on, you know, getting to this next level so that there's not a feeling of stuck, overwhelm, and then you don't launch your programs. So yes, I will be covering those other. And if we have any additional requests, feel free to drop them, you know, through rachelafeldman.com and say, I would love to have a webinar on this. If you want to buy any of these programs, again, go to www.yourhealthcoachbiz.com. And if you have a question, just pop that in on the sales page and I will be there to personally answer you. All right, guys, have an awesome night. I will see you later and I'll send the replay out. So keep on a lookout. All right, guys, I'm going to end this. For everyone, have an amazing, amazing night. I will see you later. My name is Rachel Feldman. All right, guys, have a good one.